Saturday, Sunday, Monday. The farm doesn't care what day it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And so in my mind, it's like, you've worked all weekend. We've gotten a rain day. Like, let's go do something as a family on this random Tuesday.
So Brady, I have a question for you. What's it like when the corn is high, but the chaos is higher?
It's a lot of things, but it's never boring. This is the Farm Wife Files, life between the rows.
I wanted to say good morning, but it's not.
Good morning.
It's definitely the afternoon. So
is.
good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, it's been fun so far.
Yeah, we are touching a good topic today because holidays, craziness.
Yeah.
Seeing so many people, which is good, but exhausting.
It can be exhausting not only like physically because you're like running around with your head cut off sometimes, but emotionally and mentally exhausting just as much.
Yeah. And we had kind of got into the whole like wanting to, instead of dreading the holidays, like actually looking forward to them and, you know, getting all the good things out of them.
Right.
But still that can be kind of a hard task when we want to make everybody happy and we want to go to everything, and because I don't feel like it's ever, gosh, we don't want to, but it's just like setting the boundary of, hey, maybe we want to be here for 2 hours instead of 12, like the whole day, like some people would like us to be at certain events for.
Yeah, and I think setting those boundaries are important, especially when it does come to just the holidays in general. I like that you said, like, we'll be here for 2 hours versus 12 hours. Cody and I struggled to do that right at the beginning of our marriage, or just, I guess, relationship too. It sucked because I had it in my head that I wanted to be there for 2 hours, and it was a hard stop.
Right.
I planned my day around 2 hours at XYZ location.
Was that like just a communication bump that maybe you didn't specify with Cody?
It was for sure my fault.
Was it?
Yeah, like I put it in my head that we were going to be there for 2 hours and I could go back home and I could do homework, or I could go back home and I could literally just
whatever's
relax.
On the list.
Right. I mean, laundry, cleaning, whatever. So when I have this one thing that I had it in the back of my head where it was like, I'm only going to come for 2 hours, and I didn't communicate that, I just assumed Cody knew of my task list that I needed to get done, or my intentions of spending the rest of the day. And that wasn't always the case.
Yeah.
So I knew that it was my fault that I didn't necessarily communicate, but now Cody and I are like, okay, what is our plan? And we like explicitly mark out, okay, we're going to travel from this time to this time, we're going to leave. I might add 30 extra minutes because Cody's never on time. We've talked about that quite a few times, but we're going to travel from here, we're going to stay here, and then we're going to leave. Or we're going to leave because we have to go to this errand or whatever.
Now, does Cody ever rock the boat with that, or is he pretty, I mean, is he on the same page? Does he care? I mean, Cody and Tyler are both, like, very nonchalant people.
Yeah, okay. Yes and no. Yes, he would care if he also has a task list. Let me preface this whole conversation. You will always have a task list on the farm. Mm-hmm. Your to-do list is never ending. You will always have something.
Our fellow farm wives know this.
Right. And so when Cody has like something that is like a priority on his to-do because there's rain coming or there's a big snowstorm coming or whatever the case is, and he needs to get XYZ done before, you know, weather takes a turn or another big event is happening, whatever the case is, he is typically like, okay, we're only spending 30 minutes. Aye, Captain, you get me out of there.
Yep.
So there's that. If I am rushing him at an event that he actually wants to go to, tractor pulling is one of them. I enjoy going to tractor pulls. I enjoy doing that with Cody. It's really fun. But I'm going to go back to Louisville. When we went there for the National Farm Machinery Show, we had all of those plane delays because we were flying in that snowstorm. And on the website, it says that this event is going to get done at 10. Like, it says that it's a 7 to 10 event, which is 3 hours, which Sure, tractor pulls usually go a little bit longer than that, but not by much. And so I was like, oh, it's going to be done by 10. I can be back at the Airbnb
Right,
by
like
11.
prep yourself.
Oh, yes.
Like your expectations. Yeah.
And I had that in my head. And here it is. It's 11:30 and we're still going. And I was just so bitchy to Cody because I'm like, get me out of here. Like, because I had it in my head. And so Cody will then get a little bit like, just shut up and deal with it type attitude. But again, I didn't communicate to Cody saying
needs
like,
or wants.
or and like I didn't tell him, oh yeah, I saw that it ends at 10, so this is our plan. We're not making plans past 10 p.m. at night. We're going to sleep. And whether that's we're traveling or not, it just was not the greatest situation. So I would say yes, Cody cares to an extent, but also if we're in Omaha, not that he doesn't enjoy my family, he always says that he eats better up in Omaha than he does like ever down here. But
I relate to that too. Just when we go down to Kansas, it's just
it's just different.
It's not that he doesn't want to be down there, it's just
he doesn't want to be down there, or up there, I guess, because it's Omaha. Like, he just gets so anxious about that, and so he's like, get me out of here. Again, it's not a dig at my family or anything like that, but he is definitely like, if I want to see more cows in a day.
I think Tyler just likes to be up here because he's here.
Right.
So, like, if anything needs worked on or to go do, or I always liked when we first got together going back to my family's house because it meant I had his undivided attention for the whole weekend. Whereas being at home,
you gotta share it.
Yeah, and he, we're right here 5 minutes away from the farm's needs. So he can be like, oh, hey, I'm going to run out and do this. It's definitely more attainable to do that when you're 5 minutes rather than an hour and a half.
Yeah. Oh, so, I didn't even look at it that way. But for sure.
Yeah.
Do you see it as, like, jealousy? Like, not saying that you are, like, jealous of everything, because clearly you chose this life and you enjoy it and all of that stuff. But, like, do you see it as...
It's not necessarily jealousy. It's more of, like, Tyler and I literally, I wouldn't even say an argument. It's literally just a never-ending conversation that always comes back that we get maybe passionate about because we just can, for whatever reason, we cannot walk in each other's shoes for this one argument or conversation. But I have no animosity or jealousy towards the farm. Is it disappointing that I have to miss out on a lot of things or go solo because the farm needs Tyler and it is very demanding? Yeah, and I'm human and I'm allowed to be disappointed about things. But Tyler looks at it as, like, he loves to make a comment about, I'll ask if we get a decent rain. Oh, okay, well, can we go do something as a family, or can we, yada yada. And I don't blink an eye if it's a random Tuesday because the farm takes up Tyler Saturday, Sunday, Monday. The farm doesn't care what day it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And so in my mind, it's like, you've worked all weekend. We've gotten a rain day. Like, let's go do something as a family on this random Tuesday. And so Tyler then takes that as, in my mind, I think that, oh, it rains, there's nothing to do on the farm. And I don't think that. I never think that. But it's not jealousy. It's the fact that Tyler struggles with prioritizing over the farm. Even when, because I would never ask him, during harvest, or even if we do get a rain delay during harvest, he's doing stuff that, whether it's greasing the equipment or changing oil, I don't know, like all the random things, even if it has nothing to do with harvest, the shop work, all the other stuff that goes along with what they can't be doing because they are cutting. So I don't even ask then, but, definitely in the off season, it's just that fact of, not that I don't know that the farm always has needs, because I know that it does, but maybe understanding that right now we're in a season that the farm can wait a little bit. So that's the part that I struggle with. Yeah. I don't know, it's not a jealousy, but it's, I don't know what the right word is for that.
But you're smart enough to know, going back to your, like, the farm can wait comment, you are smart enough to say, okay, it is in the middle of harvest, I'm not going to stop and make him,
Oh, right. I have zero expectations of Tyler during, our quote-unquote busy season.
Right, yeah. I mean, at least that's good.
Yeah.
But I can see where that comes in. What if there is that rain day or whatever?
Yeah.
You just want that connection.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Or for Tyler to have the time and the energy to spend with his kids. He is a great dad.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
But building those memories and like being the sole person to create those memories.
And Tyler struggles with making those decisions on his own. Not that he doesn't want to spend time with us or make time for us, it's just, it feels really wrong for him to prioritize anything over the farm because he feels like that will impede on his success or the farm's success.
Do you think that he has like this weight on his shoulders because of the fact that he is the sole provider of the family and he's the one that's like...
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
So he's like, I need to get this done and this is what's going to ultimately make me money, and so I need to keep working to provide for my family versus like you see it as like both ways, obviously, but also creating those memories. And
yeah, and I mean, that goes back, that's literally like one of the bases of that conversation that Tyler and I always seem to have, where he just struggles finding that happy medium. But also, like, that's a really good way for me to look at it too, because I think we get caught up in the day-to-day busyness of life, and like, I forget, like, you know, I don't have to, you know, if Taylor needs shoes or if we need groceries, I don't have to check our bank account. Like, that is something I definitely probably take for granted because Tyler just takes care of it. Tyler provides. That is one thing I literally, like, I don't have to question. I don't have to, like, oh gosh, Taylor's out of milk. I mean, she drinks 3 sippy cups a day, so we go through a lot of it. Like, I get to go, like, I'm privileged, like, because of how hard Tyler works, I'm privileged enough I get to go to the store and not even blink an eye and get what I need for our home.
That's, I mean, probably a weight off of your shoulders.
Oh, 100%. But it's just one of those things where it's like day-to-day living, you know, the things we take for granted.
Right.
Like, where Tyler, that may be something that, you know, he's thinking about on a daily basis because that is his role, you know, being a provider. Whereas that hasn't been mine I haven't had to worry about, I mean, yes, I pay the bills and stuff, but I haven't had to worry about coming up with the money to pay those bills in however many years.
Right.
So it's just something I don't even think about. But I think, back to that conversation that Tyler and I always have, it goes back on, you know, kind of the topic of today of, like, being able to set those boundaries and, like, tell people no. Tyler does really great with, like, if we've had, like, I don't want to say issues, but, like, for events with his family. Like, we really try to separate. I set the boundaries with my family and he sets the boundaries with his family. I don't know, I just feel like for, you know, our marriage, it just seems to work better that way. And he's always been great about that, but he really, really struggles with setting those boundaries with the farm. But I don't feel like that's a Tyler thing. I feel like that's a farmer thing, you know, just that, and like farming family too, like I mean, you know what I mean?
That conversation with the whole Cody and farming. I mean, there's some issues that have obviously, like, Cody gets so worked up about.
Yes.
And going back on today's, you know, saying no, I wish Cody had the balls to say no sometimes because he just gets walked over.
Yeah.
And so when it comes down to the farm, use the word no and set those boundaries, but he hasn't learned how to do that yet. And so,
well, and our husbands, bless their hearts, they're very like non-confrontational, like I don't want to say people pleasers.
No, they're not, but
I'm having a hard time finding, like, characterizing words. But they don't like confrontation. They're very hardworking. Like, Cody and Tyler both would struggle if, like, could you imagine if like during harvest, if we had both of them take off to go do something? One, it would never happen. Two, in the slight chance that it would actually happen, they would be miserable the whole time, because they know of the work that they're missing out on.
Yep. And they would make our lives miserable too because we would not hear the end of it.
Yeah.
And they just gang up on each other. But again, they might gang up with each other on us, but we do it also right back.
Oh, yeah.
It's bad.
It's funny, though.
I mean, I love doing it to Tyler.
Cody, I think sometimes it depends what mood he's in because he doesn't always think it's funny. Tyler normally will always give it back.
Oh, yeah.
But Cody sometimes, like, you can just tell, like, if I'll make a comment and he doesn't really say anything back, I'm like, oh, Cody's in bad mood today.
That
Not
or
gonna say anything.
He's thinking, gosh, Brittany's such a bitch.
Literally.
Why would she say that to me? Oh, no, I love that. So do you ever struggle with being a farm wife? Do you ever struggle with saying no with certain things? Like we talked about the harvest bubble.
Yeah.
You know, not a long time ago, but a couple episodes ago.
Yeah. I'd say I've gotten better, especially after having Talon. But I still, like, definitely have that people pleaser mentality. Like, I also don't want conflict, and, like, I just want to make everybody happy. And I think that's also, like, oldest daughter mentality too.
Yeah.
Like, maybe my siblings, if they're listening to this episode, will not agree at all, but I feel like through our whole childhood and, like, even now as adults, I'm definitely the sibling that, like I feel like I always want to, like, if there's ever any tiffs, I'm always the one that wants to fix everything. Like, if there's any planning to be done, I'm always the one that, like, has to reach out to everybody and has to, like, double, triple check, like, hey, can we do this on this day? And what are you bringing? Like, you know, just, like, not taking care of them, but, like, making sure that
everyone is on the same page.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times that comes off as, like, a bitchiness almost, and it's not that, or even just, like, control freak type, and it's not that. Like, honest to God, there are things that, like, I am maybe quote unquote planning for a family event or, like, a get together, and I don't care. Like, if people wanted to text me and say, we don't want to come, or we don't want to do that, or that doesn't work for us, you're not going to hurt my feelings. I don't care. But we've kind of had this idea in the works, so, like, I have a busy schedule too. I want to be able to know, like, hey, do I need to take this whole day off of my calendar for XYZ because we are going to get together? Like, if so, that's fine, but I just need to know. Or if not, I just need to know. So I think it comes off as, like, oh my gosh, Brady wants to do all this stuff, and, you know, there's, like, a bitchiness around it, and it's not that. It's just I'm trying to make plans. And so now having kids, I've kind of gotten to the point where maybe I don't fulfill that role as much, which kind of goes back to, like, not necessarily saying no, but just, like, taking so many irons out of fires that they don't need to be in.
Yeah.
Not that I don't want to do those things with my family, or, like, not even just, like that was just an example of some things.
I mean, it's our friend group too. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, we've had this conversation privately about this.
Yeah, and I mean, with the friend group, like, love all of our friends. Like, we have a good time when we're all together, but I'm always the one that's hosting, and again, like, we've talked about this on the podcast, I love it. I love to host. But it just gets to a point where, like, you give, and don't feel like you're getting anything in return. And so it's like, I don't want to. Like, you know, hosting things normally is to fill my cup up a little bit. And so when it gets to a point, it's like, you know, it just turns into we're hosting all the time. And I don't feel like I'm getting anything out of it. So I'm like, this isn't fulfilling for me. And especially with kids, it's like, I don't have a lot of myself to give anymore like I used to when I was throwing Halloween parties. And, I mean, gosh, all the things that I've thrown. Yeah.
I mean, you went down to a Cinco de Mayo party. I mean, like,
yeah,
you did, like, not just the bigger holidays, but literally anything. And not even holiday specific. You would say, hey, we're going to get together on this.
Oh, yeah, just random so we could enjoy each other's company.
Yeah, have supper together or whatever. I mean, yeah, that's definitely probably an issue that I also struggle with. I think one of the biggest things that I struggle with internally is looking at my schedule, seeing it be so jam-packed full, and then someone...
Does it just, like, instantly overwhelm you?
No and yes.
Right.
So, for example, with specifically my schedule, I am such a, like, I need to plan it out, right? So I know on Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm out, you cannot talk to me, I am teaching, whatever. And I'm working, like, all day as well. I know that on weekends, especially in this, like, November, December, maybe even October, November, December-ish time.
Like those holiday
my weekends
months.
Are packed.
Yeah.
And it's not just, like, family events or friends events. I mean, it's Silk and Slate events.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, wedding season is just nuts then, too.
And that gets the same way in May for graduation weekend and all of that stuff. So when I look at it and someone's like, hey, we need to, or, like, we want to do this, or hey, do you have any availability in your calendar? I'm like, yeah, I do, but it's at 9 p.m. at night or 6 o'clock in the morning, and these are your options. And I feel guilty, like, giving those options out. Like, I need to learn maybe to say, like, no, I don't have any availability, so I actually schedule some time for myself, and I struggle with that.
Well, even, like, I recently texted you and been like, hey, do you have a open date to do some recording for the podcast?
Right.
And you did. You sent me, like, a list of dates, and then I catch myself thinking, like, I hope, which, and I think we are close enough that you feel comfortable if you just don't have it in you to be like, I need to take, like, these 2 weeks I can't do anything, but then, you know, then give me a time.
Right. Well, and, I mean, and it comes down to, thankfully, you, for that exact example, I don't mind, you know, creating time in my schedule, taking time away from myself with people that are going to also fill my cup at some point in time.
Right.
Not that you haven't.
Right.
Obviously.
And I agree with that.
Like, if it was someone else that I know that I'm not going to get a return out of, and that sucks saying out loud, but when I know that my cup is not going to be filled and I am taking water out of my cup to fill theirs.
When you already have very limited time.
Right.
Yes.
And so that's where it's like,
that.
I don't mind doing that for certain people that I know that I'm going to get a return from.
And let's preface this by saying, we're not the type of people that's like, well, I'm not going to do something for you if we don't feel like you're going to do something for us down the road.
No.
Because that's not how I go about things.
No.
Or, like, you know, how we've talked about on multiple other episodes, like, I love to give gifts. Love it. So, like, I never ever give somebody a gift or do something thoughtful for somebody else with the thought that I better receive that back. Like, that's not what does it for me. And same with this, but I think with certain events, certain people, just certain life happenings, we just kind of know, because unfortunately history has repeated itself. So it's like you get to a point of, okay, I don't necessarily want to go out of my way anymore because I know it's not going to be reciprocated, and this has happened a handful of times.
Right. So, yeah, I think with specifically, I struggle with just my calendar being so overpacked with things that I am putting on my calendar because I have to do or I want to do. For example, like, I wanted to go to Omaha yesterday, so I went to Omaha yesterday. And yes, there was, like, specific events that I had to attend when up in Omaha, but I could have said no. So, of course, I'm doing those things, and I'm putting them on my calendar, and I'm doing all of the things that I'm choosing to do, but I'm struggling, and I still struggle, and I think I'm going to continue to struggle with saying no to things that pop up in my calendar. And I am such a type A person where I want to know exactly what I'm doing on June 14th of 2027.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Like, I want to know that.
Well, and that makes me think, too, I just kind of had this, like, light bulb thought after you said what you said. But I think I'm really bad about when I do get into a busy season of, like, obligations that are filling my schedule, that I lack in doing things for, like, me or for my family, or things that aren't necessarily obligation but, like, would be fun, or, like, a good outing, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it because my schedule's already jam-packed. Like, for example, last year, the Lincoln Zoo does, like, their lights at the zoo, and so I was like, I really want to do that. Like, Taylin, it was at an age that she would have just, like, loved to see all the lights, and it would have been a really fun family outing. but we just had so much in our schedule for like, just Christmas time and trying to make it to everybody's stuff and spend however much time everybody thought we needed to spend at everybody's stuff. And so I just never planned it. And then, I think it was after Christmas that maybe they had them up for like a week or something. And so then they're out of tickets at that point. So I was just really bummed out. So then this year I booked it so, we can go, because I'm not going to wait to see what my schedule looks like and then be overwhelmed by my schedule and not do something that could be really fun and like memorable for our family.
Yeah, so you're going to plan it now and you're going to plan it into...
Yeah, and if something comes up that maybe is more of like an obligation or another family event, I'm allowed to say no, because... And not that you ever have to give a reason, like, no's a complete sentence, and I fully believe that. But just knowing I've already had this booked, and so that's already plans with my family. So I'm allowed to say no to maybe this other event that I would otherwise feel obligated to attend.
Mm-hmm.
But also I think I need to be better about, and maybe you too, where we look at our schedule and it is jam-packed, but I don't know how you fix that. If it's like, just stop booking so much stuff into your schedule so that you can leave time for maybe if we want to make some like memorable family moments or time for ourselves. But how do you do that either?
Well, and that's the thing, is like, I enjoy being busy. Like, I don't want to stay at home and do nothing.
Right.
Like, I want to schedule myself. So I think it just comes down to, it's my current boss at my full-time, I struggle with the whole, or she always says it's a mixture between an art and a science.
Yeah.
And scheduling is just like that. You have to just do it and get it done and whatnot, but it's also, okay, I put XYZ down because I know I need to do this.
Yep.
So let me just like maybe schedule some other time for myself.
Well, and we've touched base on this on another episode, but like, when I literally had said why our friendship is so refreshing is, you said you hate being at home, you hate having at home time, so you want to have a full schedule, whereas I will schedule like relaxed family days,
Mm-hmm.
like where we maybe don't do anything but sit on the couch, but that's important to me.
Right.
And that's something that maybe you can't relate with, but you're completely and utterly fine with me doing that for my family or for myself.
Oh, and I think it comes down to, and maybe I have a weird perspective on it, because I know that it's a lot easier for me to uproot and, go drive somewhere to meet you at your place or any of my other friends that have children. But it's a lot easier for me to come to them instead of them bring their kids to me. And not that, like, I expect children to come visit me or whatever.
Right.
But, I mean, for example, 4th of July, we invited people down, and the kids all came down, and we put the pool out.
It was so fun.
It was fun. Like, it obviously happens that way, but I am at least, like, aware of it's a lot easier for me to get up and go and whatever.
Right.
My thing with staying at home is I don't want to look across the room and see something and then I'm gonna like rage ADHD clean, or I see something and I just
you struggle
can't
with
get to
that
it.
Like full relaxation at home. Whereas maybe if we want to go get our nails done, or if like we want to go make a day to like go get a massage, you don't struggle with that.
Right. No.
But you can't allow yourself to just like relax in the comfort of your home.
Yeah,
because I'm that way too, but I think that's why I do allow myself, no, I can't do anything on Tuesday because that's when I clean my house. So when I do have a quiet evening that Taylon's in bed and Tyler's maybe working late, that I can spend that time where I'm not like, oh, but I have this and this and this to do.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you don't allow yourself that. You don't allow yourself like 2 different times of being home, one for relaxation and one for household chores. Right.
Especially working at home.
Yeah.
Or working from home.
Yeah.
It's a total different ballgame now.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, I don't know. I mean, I feel like you've been better about just blatantly being like, no, we can't do this. So do you feel like that's come with age? Like, do you have any advice or like tips for like even me or anybody else listening that has made that easier? Or maybe it's not easier and you've just figured out this is what I have to do for my own mental health.
I think it's an unpopular opinion, and I might seem like a bad person.
Are we gonna get canceled or?
No. I think I have been burned too many times by people that have not been filling my cup, that I'm finally like at that like F it point where I'm like, I have learned time and time again that maybe it's one specific person or history repeats itself, and I've seen this go down the path before. Maybe I have invited XYZ person down to my house just to hang out, read a book, whatever the case is, and you have consistently brought up an excuse every single time. Or, hey, I am coming into town in Omaha, you want to get together, and you consistently are like, let me know when you're in Omaha, and I let you know, and you still don't do anything about it.
It's
like,
just not reciprocated.
Yeah, and so I think I've been burned too many times in that fact that I am just like, I've grown or I've learned that it's like, no, I'm not going to put myself in those situations and let myself get upset over it anymore.
And I see that because, I mean, especially with the whole, like, inviting people, I have had to come up with, like, a rule for myself because it sucks to feel left out. Like, that's a bad feeling. I hate that feeling. For myself, for anybody else. Like, it's just not a good feeling. And so, but it would get to a point with certain people or acquaintances where it's like, you invite them, and then they either don't come or it doesn't work out, which is fine. Like, I know people are busy. You're a very busy person, for instance. And not that we don't do anything together because you're busy, but like, just saying, for example, like, everybody has busy lives. Like, I'm not hating on that in any way, shape, or form, but I've had to literally make a rule where if I've invited them or tried to include them 3 times, I'm done. And that doesn't mean I'm like done like pursuing the friendship or like done with that person per se, but if I've done it 3 times and it hasn't been reciprocated, then I'm not going to ask again, and then I'll allow it to be like reset if then they invite me to do something. You know, like, just because those 3 times are up doesn't mean I'm just like totally exiting that person, but it's like, you also don't want to feel like, oh, this person really doesn't want to do anything with me.
Yeah.
And I just keep asking, like, so it just, that's my 3-time rule for myself anyway.
Again, art and a science of that whole situation.
Yes.
But and I think with specifically, me and you have had private conversations about holding each other accountable, but when you say, hey, I have this rule, or we just naturally, have a conversation that just comes up and you're like, hey, I'm going to tell myself that I'm not going to, I've thought about it and I'm not inviting XYZ person, and this is the reason why. Whether you give that, that why or not, you don't have to ever explain yourself to anyone if, you don't owe it to them, whatever. But saying that out loud holds you to a whole separate accountability and responsibility for you to also uphold it for yourself, because now you've said it out loud and other people are going to also hold you.
Yes.
And I like that about kind of our friendship, is where I could say, like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm gonna schedule a day, a month where it's just me and it's at home, and I'm gonna do nothing but be at home. And if I say that out loud, and I'm not saying that out loud, I'm not ready for that right now. But if I had that conversation with you and I said that, and I wasn't doing that, I would expect you to say, hey, you were going to try to do this. Why aren't you doing this? And you're holding me kind of accountable there. And I don't take offense to it.
Right, 100%.
And again, we've had this kind of same exact conversation where it's like, am I the bad person right here? Or,
for sure.
Like, and I have no problem saying, like, Brady, you are completely the bad person right now.
And I'm such an overthinker that I need that in situations. I'm like, am I reading this wrong? Like, please tell me. And I honestly want that. Like, if there are situations where I am completely in the wrong, I want you to be able to look at me and be like, yeah, sis, you read this information wrong.
Right.
Like,
Or your pregnancy hormones are getting to you.
Yes.
Go take a seat in the, or go take a sit in the back seat.
Process. Yeah.
Right. But again, you're not going to get upset over me saying that. I'm not going to get upset with you saying that. But I'm also not the type of person, and you also are too, but to just like feed you, like I might think that you are the bad person, but I'm not going to look at you in your face and say, oh no, like, you aren't the bad person. I'm going to tell you because I don't want you to look like a fool.
And that's a true friendship, yes.
Like, and so it might hurt your feelings. It really won't, because you literally just asked for my opinion. I'm going to give you my opinion. Yeah. But
and we're the type of people that genuinely want it.
Oh, I wouldn't ask for someone's opinion if I didn't want it. Yeah. Point blank. If I'm putting myself out there, I'm also like making myself vulnerable for you know, information to come back to me.
Right.
Whether I like it or not, that's me to internalize, and I have to deal with those things.
Yeah.
But I expect the truth every single time I ask for an opinion. I mean, it's tough.
Oh, 100%. So do you, okay, I kind of had interrupted you when you were finishing your point on, you know, like saying no and setting those boundaries. Anything else you wanted to add to that?
I think just like overall, everyone works at like building their schedule, building whatever that they need to do on their own pace, and you're never going to be perfect at it. So my advice right now is I hope that you don't get burned, but also use it as a teaching opportunity or a learning opportunity for yourself to know, like, it's okay. Like, we're young. We're gonna learn how to, like, navigate all of these things at some point in time. And so it's tough. It's not a great feeling to feel like, but use those feelings sometimes to your advantage, I guess.
Yeah, my mom always told me to trust my gut, and it usually hasn't steered me wrong, so.
I always call them spidey senses.
Yeah, that too. Sometimes you do just get a feeling, and it's like, don't love this situation, so.
Or something's off about this person, and I don't know what it is.
Yep, yeah.
I think we touched on some good topics today, but I think that kind of wraps us up.
Yeah. I'll see you next week.
See you guys next week. Thanks for listening. They say a farmer's work is never done. Well, neither is ours.
Come back next week for a new episode of Life Between the Rows.